Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It looks like we're on, Mama.
Oh, yeah.
We wasn't sure. It's storming here. Raining. We have flood alerts. Probably nothing bad, but it does come up pretty quick in some areas, and then it goes down. So we may not get the whole video done this evening. Because when the weather's bad, so is internet coverage. Can y'all hear us? Looks like we're in sync with the video. Just hearts. Yay. Okay, good. Good evening, Sherry. How are you, huh?
We've got on black and white. I didn't notice that till right now.
Actually, I'm navy.
Is that navy? Well, it looks kind of black to me.
I think you're black.
Yeah, I'm definitely black.
Black and white. And I'm navy. Navy. Mama's making meatloaf.
Patties. I'm just making a few patties.
Just a few patties. Nothing to have a bunch left over. Probably won't even have enough for sandwiches, will you?
Maybe. Just a little bit's all I'm doing, so what was there?
I'm doing my chores. I'm opening up the sauce. That's my chores. Mama can open them. You can use this can opener, can't you, Mama?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I usually do that. Mama washes them, lays them out. I open. She mixes. Get your meatloaf and show them what you're doing.
Oh, well, it ain't enough to show much. It's just a little bit in here. I've got some of these spices.
I didn't go around.
Meatloaf spices in here.
Here, Mama, let me switch you.
Yeah, and I put a little bit of it in here. It calls for 2 pounds of meat, which I don't have that much in here.
Just put all that in there. It ain't gonna
2
hurt.
eggs and a 1/4 cup of milk and 2 slices of bread and 1 package of this meatloaf season. Well, I had the 2 slices of bread and the 2 eggs and everything, so I'm just going to put a little more of that in there.
You can put that whole pack in there. It ain't gonna hurt a thing.
You don't think so?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
And then, well, I've got that big thing of McCormick's up there. You ready for this to go in there? Some of it?
Just a little. I don't want it real thin because I'm going to put it on top and fry it in it. Whoa, that should...
How about, what else you put in there?
I've put some onion flakes.
We're big on them onion flakes, folks. If you like onion, but they don't like you, you can substitute a lot of times with onion flakes because they will flavor, but they don't seem to upset your stomach, do they, Mom?
No, then I've just got that mixed up, so now
I'll see what Mama's up to.
I'm just gonna fry it. I put 2 eggs and 2 slices of bread, like the package said, but it calls for milk. But I put tomato sauce instead of milk. I like my meatloaf a little redder.
A little redder.
Well, you know what I mean. You see some, it's just dark
Your
brown.
meatloaf ain't red when you make it, though, is it, Mama?
No, but, you know, inside, instead of being real dark brown and dry.
Oh yeah, we like it to have good
I like
color.
to have some tomato.
I'm talking, and I'm not going all the way around these cans the first time.
Well, what's wrong?
I don't know. I got a good mind.
So I'm going to put these on while he's doing his
I'm
chores.
sure it's around it now because it's real easy. What am I doing? Peeling these potatoes?
Yeah.
We're having peas, meatloaf, and mashed potatoes. Now that, folks, is traditional meatloaf dinner in the Davis house. Meatloaf, peas, and mashed potatoes. What a combination. What a good time will be had by all. There's your peas, Mama. Just gonna put a little butter in them.
Yes, sir.
All right. And I will peel these potatoes. I'm on KP duty. Let me get a knife. That's what I was thinking on the way home when it was storming.
Because you had to blink and the TVs went off.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen. So.
When you live in the country, folks, you all may not even know what this is all about. But when you live in the country, the power lines are normally draped through the trees. And that's where ours is. And you kind of get some bad reception And that's just the way it is when you live in the country. Now, I don't know any other way to do it, but it still amazes me that we are in this age when cars can literally drive themselves. We have internet at our fingertips worldwide. And we're still existing with electricity straight from extension cords, straight from house to house. You can call it what you want to, but that's basically what we're looking at here. I'm sure that's the kind of how it worked in the beginning, is they just, one house got it, and they just draped it to the next and to the next. Oh. And it just, it seems like there should be a different way to do electricity. But somehow or another, there's not. But it's very susceptible to the winds and to the weather and all that good stuff. We have a backup here with TVA. Normally, if ours blinks off and on 3 times, it means the substation has tried to pick us up. And once that happens and it goes off, we're in trouble. We're going to be out for a while, and probably TVA or somebody's going to have to come in and help out with some of that, because that's what we deal with in the winter when we're out for hours, or when we're, in a summer situation that's storming. Because we have a wonderful electric system here. Our guys and gals, they work hard. They get us back on. They go other places. They volunteer. I mean, we have got one good team here. But you would not believe the territory they cover and the rough territory they cover. I respect them, everyone, and appreciate them, everyone. And they're out there in that weather while we're at home, sometimes wishing our electricity was on. Then they're out there, and their families are worried about them being in the trees and bad stuff. So, not complaining at all, but just when you live in the country and there's a lot of trees and a lot of miles to cover, that's what you deal with.
And mountain areas too.
Yeah, mountainous areas. It's bad. But anyway, hopefully we won't find ourselves without electricity. But if we do, we're prepared. We had a gas stove put in the canning kitchen out in the garage for such times, and we have used it. I think I even videoed, if I'm not mistaken, last winter, wasn't you all out there cooking with us one time? I got something blue on my face. I think we were out in the canning kitchen in the darkness cooking on the gas stove. And we have the gas heaters. And we have 2 gas fireplaces. So we are prepared. And I'm going to tell you, the electricity goes off. It ain't going to be fire I'm going to be worried about today. It's going to be, how can we cool? I need a battery powered fan, don't I? Don't they make some small ones? I believe they do.
Yeah, I've seen one for like 10 hours.
Really, Mama? 10 hours?
I think that's what it says.
Surprise, there's another potato. I need to look at a 10-hour battery fan. Where'd you see that?
On television, on a commercial.
Was it a generator or a fan?
It was just a little fan you could camp in or whatever.
Mama's got some emergency fans.
You can get some.
Well, she's got them located anyway. Mama, this potato, he's different.
He's sad.
He had a soft spot and a brown spot and some
All kinds of stuff.
other issues. What are y'all cooking tonight? I really wasn't expecting anything tonight. Because we've cooked since this time last week. I figured Mom would say, let's just have pizza or something tonight. And I would already plan I might make some of those tortilla pizzas tonight because they're so good and they're so easy. They're not overfilling. They just have a lot of good qualities about them. And I called Mama and I said, do you need anything from town? She said, nope, I'm making meatloaf. Which was music to my ears. I never really get tired of meatloaf. I think it's one of those things I could have once a week and be fine with it. I also never get tired of pinto beans. I could have them once a week, twice. Never get tired of that. Mama's lasagna, I could have it very often. I'm just going to slice these in half, and now I'm just slicing them in little slices. So what are y'all cooking? Is it storming where you are? Can I move y'all closer? Thank you. Pork chops, mashed potatoes, and fried okra. Oh, my, that sounds so good, Ramona. Hello, Mary, how are you? Let me tilt you up. It's easier to use a vegetable peeler than a knife to peel potatoes. Sharon, it is if you have some good potatoes. But you can see, here's half of this one. They were just little bitty things, and they're at the end of the way. You know, when they're just about, you know, we better get them fixed. If it's a good round potato, I can use the potato peeler, but I've used a knife so long. Husband went fishing today, so fresh fish. Andrea, what kind? What kind of fresh fish? Around here, most of the time fresh fish is catfish or bluegill. Y'all do fresh bluegill? And how do you clean your fish? My uncle taught me how to fillet bluegill and just cut the skin off. He had a way. Don't know if I could do it. I haven't done it in 100 years. But he did. He always just filleted it right off, and they were so easy. Some people scrape them. Fresh fish, that sounds good. Now my dad would have been into that fresh fish. I used to have a lady I worked with. She fished, loved to fish. She lived alone, and she would bring me fish. And the first time she brought it, she brought like 6 or 7 bluegill. And I said, well, thank you. I don't really care for it as much, but I brought it and Dad ate it and it was good. Well, when I say she liked to fish, I mean she really liked to fish. So about every 2 days I got a pack of fish. It worked. And we had a freezer there, so I would stick them in the freezer. And she didn't work right with me, but she was in the building. And I'd stick them in that freezer. Well, in just about 2 months, I had taken up most of the room in the freezer. So I started giving it to others, and I don't tell her that I get this fish. And she kept bringing it, and I said, well, thank you. And I said, you don't have to bring me no more. Oh, I won't eat it. I said, well, just throw them back if you don't. She wasn't doing that. So, long story short, I gave fish to everybody I worked with. I brought Dad plenty, all he wanted, and we had plenty of fish. And what I didn't know was, she told some of the girls up front, boy, John loves that fish. He'll eat every bite I bring him, and he just... I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I sure couldn't eat all the fish she caught. But it got eaten. None of it went to waste. I made sure somebody who would eat it would take it. Even gave some to a church that does a fish fry. Fish, fish, fish. Now there's the potatoes. Just going to add some water, a little salt, get them cooked up, and we'll be done with that. And it won't take potatoes. Cutting them like that, it don't take them 15 minutes to cook. So fish sounds good. You gonna make some hush puppies with that, Andrea? Did you see where I made the hush puppy fritters? Thank you for those stars, Ellie. Did you see where I made the hush puppy fritters the other night? Just Mixed them up, put them in there and flattened them out. And they were like hush puppies. Instead of deep frying them, I just fried them in a skillet. Try them. They're good. And you can put anything you want to in the cornbread. I just made the cornbread batter and put a little bit of onion flakes and maybe a little bit of garlic. I don't remember if I put garlic in it. Y'all remember? And stirred them up and put them in my skillet with a little bit of avocado oil, and then I just turned them. And they were just little round fritters, about that thick, and they fried up, and they were delicious. Mama, they were as good as deep fried hush puppies, weren't they?
Yes, they were. They were real good.
Mama liked them better because they were not as thick. QVC has rechargeable fan. Oh, Tina, that sounds good. I need to get one of those on standby. I have the recipe. Nola has the recipe for the hush puppies. Nola, if you want to post that on there for them. Thank you so much. Nola is on top of it now, folks. Nola has recipes. She takes care of the trolls. Nola, thank you. I was going to do meatloaf. Teresa, you didn't want to. But with pork chops, enjoyed. You went to pork chops instead of meatloaf. I don't blame you. John, turn your board and dump Cindy. Oh, in the hole. I put them through that little hole there. The little handle. Why are you running those potatoes through that handle holder? I don't know. I just sat in here and they was sliding in there so good. I just kept doing them. Sometimes if you turn them up, they go off and flop around. And I don't know, folks. I probably won't do that again. If I do, sounds good. Add cream corn to hush puppies. Teresa, yeah, I have done that. Now, let me think here. Cream corn. You're talking about in a can cream corn? I've not put that in hush puppies. I've put whole kernel corn in them before. We love Nola. Thank you, Joanne. Nola, there's some love for you. Y'all send some hearts up for Nola. I was wondering the same thing, Doris. Sue, y'all can't pay no attention to me. I get to talking. The struggle's real sometimes. Ham, Janice, we love ham. Ham and sweet potatoes. Oh, that sounds good. Judy says, you do you, John. Yes, thank you, Judy. I have no choice. I can't do anybody else. I'm just me. Y'all starve me to death. I mean, it's just plain old country grub. Anything we fix, you can fix. Probably got it in the house. We don't buy special nothing, really. Unless I plan something for you all. Hello, John and Mama. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. We are, Betty. I hope you are too. Now, folks, we're planning on, Lord willing, everything is subject to change, but Lord willing, we're planning on a cook-along Saturday, and we'll probably do that around... Mama, do you have a time Saturday? What are your plans? I have to watch out for her now because she started making plans. She has plans tomorrow evening for something. She may or may not be with us.
No.
She might be off gallivanting around. Sometimes she gets back early enough.
Not tomorrow.
So tomorrow night might be pizza for me and you. Just tortilla on tortillas. Sloppy Joe's. Well, that would be good for tomorrow night. Fried potatoes and onions. Pig, that sounds good. Chicken on the grill. Corn on the cob. Mom, we got corn on the cob in there.
Yeah, but I didn't fix it tonight.
Huh?
I didn't think I didn't fix it tonight.
She didn't think of that corn on the cob. Fried chicken, fresh green beans, cornbread, and cantaloupe. Linda, that sounds good. We got some cantaloupe watermelon in there. I love corn fritters. Stephen, they are good. Cornbread fritters are a little bit different than the hush puppy fritters. You fix it just like you would your favorite hush puppy, and then Nola's going to post the recipe on there for you. I can't remember what I'll put in them hush puppies. I'd have to get my hush puppy recipe out. I can't eat nothing today. Oh no. I can't read all that. You can't eat nothing today. You have something. Oh, Kathy. Colonoscopy. We'll be praying for you. Good luck with that. Yeah, that's bad times. The day before is probably the worst. Friday is fish day. Susan, yeah, it always was in school. Do you remember? What do you do for a living? Maria, people ask me that. I have addressed that on a couple of videos. It's not a secret, and I'm not like Jethro. I'm not a double naught spy. But I do work at a place that has a policy on social media. Now, they don't tell me I can't tell y'all or post it on my page anywhere. They simply say, if we do post, you gonna leave me with that?
No, you big
If
kid.
we do say it or post it, then we have to do a disclaimer saying that the views and opinions expressed in this video or in this statement or in this post are not the views and opinion of the people I work for, but my very own. And I ain't fooling with that mess. I ain't coming on here every time and doing disclaimers and yah-yah. Trust me, if you knew where I worked, you'd say, oh, it wouldn't be nothing amazing. I work for the state of Tennessee, but that's it. You know, it's nothing wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love what I do. I love the people I work with. I love what I do. But if I say or advertise it, then I'm under a certain amount of responsibility to it. And I don't mind being responsible for what I say for me, but I'm not ever speaking for anyone else. Even when we do Tupperware, and when I tell you all that I put bologna in my cheese keeper, that is not from Tupperware. That is me telling you all that. And when I tell you that, I put washed, dried vegetables in my Fridge Smarts, that's not them. That's me. I'm just telling you what I've done and what's worked. So, anything Mama and I do, first of all, we're not here to teach you all how to do anything. We're not that teaching show that teaches you all how to cook, because we ain't qualified. We only show y'all what we do. And some of y'all say, that ain't right. Well, you're probably right.
They are right, aren't they?
They probably are right. And some of y'all say, it's better to do it this way, John. And I'm like, you're probably right. We just share with you what we do, and that's all we're ever doing. We're not here to judge, and we're not here to change. We're just here to share what we do. So everything we do here is just us doing us at the moment.
That's right. Totally doing
And we encourage you to do you. We don't think you should switch to our way. Never. We just say, here's what we do, and here's what works for us, and you do you. Can you say what... I've lost what you said. Can you say what type of work it is? No, Michael. I just ain't going to address that anymore. Every once in a while I have to put that disclaimer out there to let you all know why I don't tell where I work. I love you and Mama. Well, thank you, Ann. Doris Anderson, I made a huge taco salad for supper tonight. Doris, what'd you do? How'd you fix that? I have a couple of taco salads that I do. One of them is with Doritos. One of them is with corn chips. One of them is with tortillas chips and black beans and chicken. Those are good. But if I just use hamburger and taco sauce and taco seasoning, I like it with Doritos the best. Regular Doritos crumbled up. And I like lettuce on mine. A lot of people don't. Mama, you don't do lettuce on your taco sauce? No, Mama, that's foolishness. I want that lettuce.
like it.
Thank you, Sandra.
Like that thing on Facebook
South Carolina.
I seen said trying to eat healthier. and it had a pile of bacon on the plate and one little tiny piece of lettuce. It says lettuce with bacon bits on it. So that's me.
We try to cut some corners, save some fats, and do some healthy stuff. We really do. We try to cut out the bread. A lot of y'all say, "How come y'all don't never have bread?" You know, bread is good, but a lot of times we can eat without it. We won't have bread tonight. Bread fills you up. It's carbs. We eat so late. Mama goes to bed. I worry about that sugar levels. So we try to cut it out when we can. And we've cut it out so much now, it's just second nature not to even fool with it. Now, we will have biscuits. Don't get me wrong. Now, don't go say, he said he didn't eat bread, and now he's eating a biscuit. I do sometimes, but we don't every day. We do have cornbread occasion, because some things just call for cornbread. We've eaten so long, and Mama's cooked meals so long, we have pretty well regular meals. Like, you know, when we have pork chops and pork and beans and mashed potatoes, and if we do have bread, it's just a piece of light bread. Don't know why. I think Dad liked it that way. You know, if we're going to have meatloaf, Mama only would have to say to me, we're having pork chops, and I know everything else we're having. Or we're having meatloaf. When she said we're having meatloaf tonight, I knew we were having mashed potatoes and sweet peas, English peas. I knew. Because that's where we have it in a moment.
Yeah.
If we have spaghetti, I know what that's going to be. But if we say we're having chicken spaghetti, then I know it's going to be fried chicken tenders with our spaghetti. And that's why we like it. Gina says she understands what the privacy was work. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad policy. It's just, you know, we are responsible for our actions. John, I mix Doritos and Tostitos chips for I'll try that, Brenda, because that sounds good. That sounds real good. Somebody said something else. Anybody find tomato ice cream? Yes, Cindy. You all sent me several. And I was so excited, and I showed them to Mama, and she laughed even more. The first one I showed her, she said, "Where'd you get that? Somebody made that up." No, Mama, it's real. And then a lot of people sent them to me. And so now Mama's convinced that there is such thing as tomato ice cream, but she's not convinced that we're going to be able to make any. It sounded
For me, you're
not for her. But folks, listen. Tomato is what? What is a tomato?
a fruit.
A fruit. What's a strawberry? A fruit. What's a peach? A fruit. Why would tomato fruit not be good in ice cream? I'm telling you. I might just make up some now. Just a little bit of tomato ice cream would do a body good. Even if I go back to science class and mix it up in a Ziploc bag. Y'all remember that when you did it in science? Yep, it just goes together. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and English peas. Yes, Brenda. I think that's universal. Tomato ice cream. Oh, Joseph don't think he likes it. That's the way Mama looked too, Joseph.
It's hard to
Don't think I want that.
turn over to some of that stuff.
Put a can of something other. You know, tomato ice cream, manwich in your meatloaf. It's delicious. I bet it would be, Amy. Mama's done fried it. It's about done.
It's crumbled. I thought
It's crumbled, she said.
I thought that bread and 2 eggs would hold it together.
So we got meatloaf sauce.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Tomato ice cream is one of those things that probably is like tomato dumplings, or I was trying to think of something else that just sounds crazy, like salmon patties with gravy and biscuits. Some of y'all have people out there who eat that. My dad ate that. Sounds awful, but it really turns out to be quite good. So I'm thinking tomato ice cream would kind of be like pineapple ice cream. I think there would be an acidity to it. I think it'd be good. I love tomatoes, though. I mean, I do. I love tomatoes. We're down. We got 1 green tomato and 2 red tomatoes.
But farmer's market Saturday.
Farmer's market Saturday. But that's awful low. That's awful close to the bottom of the barrel. When you've only got 2 tomatoes left and 1 green one.
We got a few green ones in the garden.
Mama says we got some green ones in the garden. Never fear. But we got this one. And we got this one. That's it. 2 little lonely tomatoes. I'm getting worried. I just hope that the farmer's market produces.
He didn't have 5 ones the last.
Farmer's market was sort of overtaken by 4th of July this weekend. So Mama did go down there. She didn't see him, but I did see him on Facebook. So they were there at some point because I've seen pictures. Connie says tomato ice cream. Tomato ice cream, no for Christine. Have y'all tried it and don't like it? Or are y'all just prejudging those good tomatoes? Tomato ice cream, no. Y'all are be on Team Mama. If I make it, Mama probably won't taste it. And if she does taste it, she'll say, it's okay, you can eat it, but I ain't eating it. I'm with you, John. I love tomatoes. Annie, it would have to be good, I think. I mean, what can a tomato hurt? Just a little ice cream and a tomato? I think it sounds good. It is the bottom of the barrel, Marilyn. I am very worried about my tomatoes. Tomato jelly is good. Oh, Mama?
I've heard of tomato.
Barbara is making tomato jelly. Have you ever made me any tomato jelly?
No, I've never heard.
How do you make it out of the tomato peels? Like when you can them?
No, you'd have to peel the tomatoes.
That's what I'm saying. Do you make it out of the peels?
No, you'd have to peel it to be.
Mama, when you make apple jelly, what do you make it out of?
I make it out of the peels.
So wouldn't you use tomato peels for the tomato jelly?
You cook your tomatoes and strain them, and you get the tomato juice.
Check this out. She's over here telling y'all how to make them, and she ain't never made me. Have you ever made me any tomato jelly?
No, sir.
You think you know a person. Who is this woman? Mama, you mean you know how to make tomato? Have you ever made it?
No, I've never made it, but I know you'd have to make it out of the juice. It's just like anything else.
Okay, well, let's try to make some. Barbara, if you got a recipe. Mama's telling y'all how to make it like she makes it every year, and I've never seen it. Mama, I think you're going to have to come clean this year and make me some tomato jelly.
Well, I was thinking about blackberries. You cook your blackberries, you strain them, you get the blackberry juice, and you make blackberry jelly. So wouldn't common sense tell you to make tomato jelly, you would have to cook your tomatoes, strain the juice.
That makes sense. But, Mama, you also make apple jelly and pear jelly out of the peels.
Well, because there's not that much juice in that, you put the peels in there.
Can y'all hear Mama?
You put the peels in water and cook them down.
So, like when we can tomatoes, but when we can them and we peel them, there's not much on those peels. Because you just blanch them.
I blanch them, it's just a thin hull that comes
We'll
out.
do it your way, Mama. We'll make us a little bit of run of tomato jelly. You can make jelly out of anything, folks, and jam, I think.
They make jelly out of kudzu blooms.
Sweet tomato relish would be good. You know, I bet you can make...
I made the green tomato relish, green tomatoes.
I bet you can make tomato jelly out of canned tomatoes. I'm cooking kielbasa and sauerkraut tonight. Ah, Donna. I had sauerkraut and hot dogs and kielbasa hot dogs this weekend. They were delicious.
We made cabbage and...
What would you put jelly? Well, who said that? Come back down here. What would you put tomato jelly on? Who said that? Tracy?
Biscuits.
Tracy, I put it on biscuits. I put it on a piece of toast. Yes, ma'am. Piece of toast, a little butter, a little bit of tomato jelly. I ain't never had it, and I'm already wanting it. Is there anything else you need to come clean with?
I've never made it. I told you. I was just, as my brother used to say, I was just surmising it up, what it would take. And that's going to be crumbled.
Well, we have to chew it up to eat it, Mama, so it won't
You
hurt.
won't have to chew that.
All right, folks, I'm going to show you what Mama has cooked up while we've been chatting about tomatoes and such. Here it is. These are the English peas. Just butter, a little bit of salt. There's mashed potatoes that Mama's stirring in. And there's the meatloaf patties, which Mama says is crumbly.
Yeah.
But we have to crumble them up to eat them, so that'll work out good.
What are you going to drink? Look,
Mama, I'm drinking this coffee right here.
you don't want nothing else?
I'm all good, really. Coffee and meatloaf sounds delicious. Sounds delicious. Hey, Linda, we love you too in Illinois. What's your weather like up there, Linda? We've been having... I ain't complaining one bit, folks. I promise you. In fact, I have thanked the Lord for every drop of rain He has sent us and praying for more. But we've had some rainy, stormy days, and it's been fine. Now, that's not decaf, Mama.
I'm just going to drink a little.
Okay. But it's been fine. That rain has been good. We had rain this evening and a little lightning. Didn't do any damage, and don't reckon. And it's... I think it's going to rain tonight. But, Mama, what's that temperature over there say? I'm going to have to
80 degrees.
turn her around a little bit. She
really
is...
went down.
There it is. I can see that. It's 80 degrees at 6:39 here on 7/7/22. Can you believe it's the 7th day of July? What happened to... It's going to be the 4th of July in a day or two. What happened to... They'll start shooting fireworks and then it'll be the 4th of July. It's done gone past, and the month is 7 days old. Folks, when I tell you that after 4th of July it flies, I ain't just whistling Dixie. It flies.
Get that tree out.
Get that tree out, right. I thought, what, Mama, what tree you want? I wasn't even thinking right.
Get that Christmas tree ready.
Get your tree out, folks. You can go ahead and put it up. Your neighbors may giggle for a week or two, but then they're going to be saying, boy, I got to hurry and get mine up. Mama, there's you.
I think they have a race around here to see who's going to be the first one with the tree up every fall.
Mama does.
I don't get mine up early as they do.
Mama and her sister have a little competition going.
She beats me most of the time, though.
It goes something like this. Mama, that piece was crumbly. It goes something like this. They talk on the phone. Mama hangs up and says, I gotta get busy. She's done got her tree up. And then Mama starts putting her trees up. Mama puts up 10 or 12 though.
No, I did. I cut back last year, remember?
Mm-mm.
I didn't put any in the garage, and I didn't put any in one of the bathrooms.
You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5 big trees.
5, 6. I had one in this other bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you had
See,
one.
I had 5 big trees, and
You had 5 or 6 big trees, and you had
that's good.
several small trees. There was small trees, some of them 2 on one table.
I like my trees,
You sure do, Mom.
but I don't like taking them all down and finding a place to put everything.
Well, next year, just don't take them down.
I know one lady left hers up all year one year, so she said it was a great thing.
A lot of people leave them up and change the little bit of decorations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I bumped my wrist.
You all right?
Yeah.
Let's bless our food. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it. Lord, we pray for the nourishment of our body, and we just pray for all the prayer requests that are out there, dear Lord, spoken and unspoken, dear Lord. We pray for our country. Pray for this world, dear Lord. We just thank you for it. We thank you for your love and your mercy and your grace, dear Lord. We pray that you'll always be with us, lead, guide, and direct us. In your name we pray. Amen. Eat up, Mama.
Eat up.
Mama, we've not used these forks in years.
Well, I didn't empty the dishwasher. Did you taste that meatloaf?
Mm-hmm. It's all good, Mama.
Is it bad as it looks?
Crumbly meatloaf tastes the same as if it's not crumbly, Mama.
You'd think with 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bread and that little meat that it would not. Unless I put too much
Tomato?
tomato sauce in it.
Who knows, Mama? You made me pour the tomato sauce, so I guess I'll take care of that.
No.
John didn't. Mama put one up in the sunroof and call it. Yes, no. I have one in the sunroom. It's just a basic tree with white lights. It's this pencil tree. You can see the stalk, the trunk all the way up, and it just has birds on it and nature. I just like plain. Mama likes the red, and she put red birds on the one in the living room. She put one on the sun porch too. You forgot about that one.
No, I found it.
It's more for kids. But I do have one that I put up every year in the sunroom for me. And it's just the basic plain nature one. No frills, no thrills. Usually it's got brown ornaments on it. And pine cones. That's what I like.
One year, I put up one in the den, and I went in the fields, and I gathered berries and flowers and everything,
Thank you, Ricky.
sticks, and I even strung popcorn that year.
Oh, and we strung cranberries.
And cranberries.
Oh.
And you talk about hard. I said that was my last time of all natural.
But I found, you all know, wooden cranberries online. So I bought the wooden cranberries. Now they do have fake popcorn, and we got a strain of it one time, and it didn't look good, did it, Mama?
No.
It looked more like packing peanuts than it did popcorn. In fact, Mama said, before I'll fool with that mess, I'll just string packing peanuts. How do you prepare your meatloaf? Mama, tell them what you did with that meatloaf.
I used that meatloaf seasoning. I get it, well, I'll save a lot, and put in it, and it calls for two breads. Yeah, 2 slices of bread and 2 eggs and 2 pounds of hamburger meat and stuff. And I put that in it, but the bread, it might stay together since it's cooled off a little bit, but the 2 pieces of bread and 2 eggs I thought would hold it together real good, but it's not tonight, so.
Well, your Mama does a snowman tree too. And last year she did a Tupperware tree, and she done the Friends tree. And that's all the stuff you all have sent and ornaments you have sent. Mama loves every one of them. And trust me, if you've sent a piece of paper, it's here. Mama has took track of it. Cards, everything is still here. And pretty much by date. So, Mama loves it. But she puts anything y'all send for the tree, crocheted ornaments, stuff that's not even Christmas, she'll stick on the Friends tree. And stuff for Tupperware we put on there. And then we put some little ornaments from you all on the Tupperware tree. How's Maggie doing today? Maggie is good, Angela. She's coming here to inspect. Anytime you cook, she comes in and looks all around the stove. She looks in the floor, see if we just might have dropped a morsel. And once she does the inspection, then she goes to her bowl and gets what's her real food.
When she can't find nothing, she says, I might as well eat this stuff.
But now she's been spoiled over the weekend. She's had several hot dogs. And 3 hot dogs at least.
Well, she need to celebrate the 4th.
She did. And so she's decided There's nothing here. And now she's going to her bowl. You can hear in a minute.
She's a crunching.
There she goes. Maggie eats out of an old crock bowl. And we keep it full most of the time. And she'll eat out of one side. And it will almost be, I don't know how she does it, because, you know, it looks like it would fall, but she'll eat way down in that one side. Then she'll eat a little bit more. It's like she's dividing it out. She does everything her way. I worry about her not drinking enough water. And I'll change it every day, and I even put ice in it when it's hot, and you know. And then she'll go for a few days and she'll drink tons of water. And then she'll go a day or two and she just barely gets a sip every now and then. So I've learned not to worry. She'll be alright. She'll level it out.
She's like me. She lays around, sleeps, and rests.
I believe she's like Mama. She don't like water. Mama don't drink much plain water. She will drink tea. And she does drink her Diet Pops now.
I'm doing some better.
I'm proud of you, Mama.
Yeah.
It's just, what do you guys like? I love butterflies. Mama loves butterflies.
Yeah.
Charlene, Mama loves butterflies and hummingbirds.
Oh, there was a hummingbird dart right by my head out there yesterday evening.
We have the meanest hummingbirds in the world.
I was sitting there so peaceful, and all of a sudden he goes zoom, right by my face and head.
I don't pay no attention to them as long as they don't hit me. Mama loves most animals. She's not big on touching them, but she's afraid of cats.
Can't help it.
I think she was traumatized as a small child by cats.
Must have been very small.
She likes cats.
Mommy and my sister and them, they always had cats, but they just kept them away from me or me away from them, however you want to say it.
About a year or so ago, our neighbor's cat, little pretty calico, would come down through the yard every day. Mama would feed it, and Mama wanted it to be by, but she just don't want to be out there with it. Mama, you know where your trauma come from?
No. All I know is I'm afraid of them. I've been that way all my life that I can remember from little on up.
There you go.
They used to aggravate me with them, get them up close to me to scare me.
We always had cats here on the farm. Dad used to have a cat. He was gray. It was a barn cat.
She's drinking now, Johnny.
It was a barn cat, and it was so gray it was blue. And Dad named him Blue. And I would feed him. You know, I think everything needs to be fed 3 times a day. And I would feed him, and Dad said, "Don't be feeding him. I done fed him the other day." And I said, "Dad, you got to feed him more than once a week."
You got to feed him 3 times a day, you thought.
And he would say, he has to work for his supper. If he wants fed, he can eat all the mice he can hold. That's the reason he's down there at the barn. I would feed him every now and then, like every evening. Dad would say, "Have you been feeding that cat?" And I'd say, "Dad, why would I feed that cat when you plainly told me not to?" "Because that's what you do." I said, "Well." But he still caught mice. I mean, I didn't feed him enough to sustain him for every meal. He had to have breakfast and lunch. But I would take him a little evening meal. And I'd get caught sometimes feeding him. But he wouldn't, I never got to touch him. Or you just have to put it on the board down there and walk away. And then he would come and find it. He would not. He was a real barn cat. Old Blue. And then one day he just wasn't there anymore. So That's farm living.
Yeah.
The cycle of life. Maggie needs a hair appointment.
Need to get her one.
Oh, but people.
What a battle.
I just about. Oh, I just hate to take her. She embarrasses the whole family. She has to be muzzled. She will bite you, me, everybody in contact. She will growl. She yelps. She's as mean during the grooming as she is sweet the rest of the time.
What is it they say? Man is a junkyard dog.
Oh, she's an acrobat. She can literally crawl up into thin air, just like you're like, what is she leveraging? How does she? I have to hold her the whole time they're cutting her. It's quite the workout. It's quite the workout. What kind of dog is Maggie? She is a schnauzer. A salt and pepper schnauzer, miniature schnauzer. Thanks for those stars, Christopher. Sugar water. Brenda, is that what you're saying? I don't know what sugar water meant.
For hummingbirds, I guess.
For hummingbirds, yeah. I don't use the red stuff. I have got a red mason jar out there. We put clear sugar water in. Some of y'all thought it was dye. I don't do the dye. Mama cats are not scary. She just has a fear of them. That's your story. You're sticking to it, Carly. That's right. I didn't lie. I just said, why would I feed him when you told me not to?
How was a lie?
No, I asked why, Mom. I didn't lie. She needs anxiety pill before she goes to the groomer.
Oh.
Oh, Lorraine. Lorraine, let me just tell you what she gets.
That's funny.
She gets, I think it's a horse tranquilizer. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I go to the vet and I says, it's time to go to the groomer. And he gives me a pill. And he tells me,
It'll knock her out.
we give her Benadryl that morning at 8 o'clock. We give her half of this tranquilizer at noon. She gets a Benadryl at 2 or 3. Mama usually has a schedule. And then she gets the other half of the tranquilizer an hour before the appointment.
It's usually other evenings and stuff when you're off from work.
It's quite the ordeal.
Oh, she gets the medicine.
And it calms her down. Trust me, I took her once without anything. That was something, I mean, that was just out of control. But once we started giving the medicine, she gets too tired to fight, but she's just wore out with it. It takes us a while because we have to give her a break. I don't know why she hates it so much. She doesn't mind the vet. She doesn't mind. So now she doesn't like to ride. She's getting older. And when we first got her, there was no problem. With grooming. Not bad. And then it was just like, I've had it. And she's not in pain. Because she starts before you even get in there. She starts acting up. And
When you hit the road before the groomer, she starts crying.
It's not pain. Trust me, I wouldn't let her be in pain. And she's never been left alone. Ever. So I know she's never had any trauma at the vet or at the groomer. She just mean when it comes to that. The groomer said schnauzers are that way a lot of times, and she said nearly every schnauzer she grooms has to take something. They just don't like that confinement. They don't like it. Sierra never was that way.
Shit like that.
Try CBD oil for Maggie. Brenda, I would. The last time the groomer was out, I just cut her at home. I just couldn't take that. Now when I cut her, she only bit me twice. And then I put her muzzle on. And she loves me. And I've never hurt her. I don't know. It's just something. I don't know if it's the clippers, the sounds. She don't even like Mama during the grooming, does she, Mama?
No. She will mind me a little bit.
She minds Mama better than me during the grooming. Mama's meaner to her than I am. Like, if she don't act right, I said, Mama, you're going to have to get on to her.
I just make her mind.
And Mama's got this tone where she just sort of goes, Maggie. It's a weird, it's almost scary. Maggie. Can you do it, Mama?
No.
I won't do it because Maggie's here. She'll hear it.
Mm-mm.
She's the sweetest thing ever. And she can be mean to groomers if she wants to. We just have to do it. Hey from Colorado. Hey Lorraine. Hey Ruth. Folks, find you something good to eat tonight. Make you some, my dog does the same thing. It's a Yorkie patty. It's embarrassing to the whole family, ain't it? You're known as the, here he comes with that mean schnauzer. I know they're talking about me. They know.
It's just like some kids don't care to have haircuts and some takes pure fits. So.
I know. I have a miniature schnauzer and he don't like the clippers. Well, I could say that, Stephanie, I could say that for Maggie, but the clippers don't even get turned on as she starts. She's just the whole idea of it. She starts in the car on the way. Once we make one turn, that certain turn, she knows, uh-oh. We turn right and go up a road, and then we turn right again, and then left. That first right, you can ask Mama. There's no change in the road. It's all pavement. She starts whining a little bit. You make the second right, you get a little bit more whining. When you make that left, it's on a gravel driveway, and as soon as you hear with the tires or the gravel, it's a yodel. Like, I'm telling you, you're fixing to get bit. Wait till we get in there. I'm going to show you. And
she don't like it at all.
When it comes time to get out of the car, I have to find her. She plays hide and seek. She's under a blanket or she's hiding somewhere. I have to carry her in. No clippers, no nothing. And the groomer is so sweet. And oh, hey Maggie, I'd be going, oh Lord, there's that Maggie. No, she's so sweet to her. And she'll let her cut with the scissors, and she'll let her cut with the clippers. But she won't. When we have the most trouble, she can do the back, she can do the sides. She hates her nails touched, never lets cut. She hates her face, anything on her face, and she's very gentle with her. She hates the bath, but once she gets in the bath, she calms down. You know, you get her, it's just that kicking and snorting and carrying on to get her in there. The first drop of water that goes on her, she tenses up. And then that warm water, it's almost like she goes to sleep standing there. She's just like lulls away. And she don't mind that at all. Then when you pick her up to take her back to the table to finish up, then we're on round 3 by the end of the fight. Mama won't even go in. She can't. She says she ain't watching that mess. Don't you, Mama?
No, you're mean to her.
Oh, then you can take her next time and show me how to do it.
I'm not going in there and listening to her cry.
She's just mean. But she has to be groomed. You know, they have to have their paws groomed, and they have to have different things done. I mean, they have to have it. It's not that she can have a choice. But now, Maggie sure embarrasses the whole family. Some of y'all are commenting on here knowing what I'm talking about. Poor baby. Yes, Carla, poor baby. I say that too, but I also say Maggie, you've embarrassed the whole family. Yes, I have a Yorkie miniature in her name is Blossom. Aw, hey Karen.
Blossom, that's so sweet.
It is. Most of them don't like their face bothered. No, she don't like that at all. In fact, time before last, I said, I'll do her face. Just leave that muzzle on her and do the rest of it, and I'll cut her face. And I did. Does Mama drive? Yeah, Katie, Mama drives. Whoo. Yeah. This is a true story. A couple of years ago.
You don't have to tell everything.
A couple of years ago, somebody said, I ain't trying to be nosy, and I ain't trying to get in your business, but you need to talk to your mama. I said, what? She flies. I was behind her the other day going to town, and she was out of sight. I said, she drives fast. She's Leadfoot. And I tell her when she's leaving the house, don't speed. Be careful. I won't.
I don't when I just leave. You got a call twice in 1 week about me.
Twice in 1 week somebody mentioned that your mama's flying. I couldn't keep up with her.
I'm not no slowpoke.
She's not a slowpoke. She tries to be safe. And it, if it's school zones, and she's very cautious of that. And if there's kids, do you ever watch Keeping Up Appearances on British TV sitcom? And you've got the woman, bucket Bouquet. Woman, Mrs. Bouquet, and her husband, Richard. And Mrs. Bouquet says, mind the pedestrians, Richard. Mind the You can be driving along and somebody be on the road 30 yards ahead of you. Mama said, now watch them. I said, Mama, they're on the sidewalk.
Sometimes they're not okay.
Mama tells you. So I tell her, I said, okay, Mrs. Bucket, I can drive it. I guess she's I don't ride with her much. I just don't ride with Mama much. Every once in a blue moon. But most of the time I
drive too fast for him. Your daddy says
she drives fast, and she drives close to the ditch. At least she ain't driving over in the middle of the road. But when you're on the ditch side,
your daddy fussed at me for driving a wee bit fast sometimes.
Let's put it this way. If Mama drove the church bus, people would get right on the way there and on the way home, no matter what the preacher had to say. You be praying.
Maybe I should try.
We're going to go, folks. Y'all have a great night.
You've talked about me enough. Now the police will start watching me.
Mama, they know you. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy your evening. It looks stormy here. It's already at 7:06 and it looks like 9 o'clock out there. You can see how dark it is in that room in there.
It got thundering louder a while ago, too.
Yeah. So that means I'm going to have to time it just right to get Maggie out for her evening retreat.
You ain't going to make it tonight, I don't think.
In between, when it calms down, there's no rain and there's no thunder or lightning. She can handle lightning better than she can thunder. Then we'll make her dart out there and dart back in. It's been a rough week now, since last Thursday. Just getting our business done has been rough because Maggie hates everything that's going on since about last Thursday night when the boom boom started. And between the boom booms and the storms,
it's been a challenging week. Maybe.
It's been difficult for her. Y'all have a great night. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank y'all for being here. And spread it around. Spread it to your neighbors. Hit that little button. Y'all have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.